Be something 22. Be sweet. We're going to be collecting maple sap today and making syrup. Here you can see our trees are marked with some orange twine. That way we can identify them all year round. Marty is putting the clear tubing on the spigots. That way we can empty the buckets easy. We just pull the tubing right out of the buckets when we need to empty them. The first few times we go out to collect, it's always hit and miss. You never know if it's starting yet or not. The temperatures have to be just right for the sap to start flowing. So here, obviously, buckets are empty. Okay, so the temperatures got to the right degree that the sap started flowing, so we hooked up our tote to tow behind our Pioneer, and we're going to head out and we're going to do a little collecting. So we were using the setup that you saw earlier, and what we found was as we went down a hill, the sled that the tote was on sometimes would come along a little faster than we were driving. And so as you can see here, it unhitched itself and jammed itself up into the axle of the back of the Pioneer.
Yeah. Okay. No, you want to move it.
So we came back to try to make a few adjustments to see if we could get the hitch to stay on better.
I've come to the conclusion that cross-threading is more effective than Loctite.
And why would you believe that? Keep that hitch from coming off as we're traveling. I took a stab at it. It's always like the first person always like makes the idea, and then everyone else kind of can rip the idea apart. So now the engineering changes can begin. So one of the solutions Marty came up with was to tighten the chains along the side of the hitch arm so that it would reduce the sway in the sled. The other thing I was working on was trying to bungee the hitch down over the ball so that it wouldn't pop off when we would go over bumps in the woods. You're going to see Marty tightening that side, and then he is going to step over and reposition and tighten the chain on the other side.
You need to go around the hitch with that bunch.
I see.
I am.
Do you love it?
That is stellar. This thing is never unhooking again.
Okay.
I need to strap tight on this metal. All my straps are tied up in plywood right now.
So I'm stepping away from that part of the video for just a second to show you what we ended up doing. We lost the hitch a couple more times on that trip. So we ended up skipping the ball method and going with this pin type setup so that we wouldn't lose the collection sled anymore. So this is a few days later and we're hooking up to go collect some more sap. And of course, we can't get the cotter pin out. So out comes the Leatherman to bend it back straight, and we can be on our way. So as you can see, this hill that we go up is pretty steep, and then it curves to the left. It was pretty icy. But we made it up pretty easily in four-wheel drive. The tracks on the Pioneer are really, really awesome in the snow. But on ice, they can get a little slick.
Little crisp out here this morning, huh, Haley? I think I can get it.
Okay, so you had seen us go through this area earlier in the video. This is a different day, and I came back to check the sap by myself. Come to this valley and it's flooded. I'm thinking the Pioneer can make it through, but as you're going to see in a little bit, I hit a stump or something under the water, and my phone goes flying. As you can see, I recovered, picked up my phone, continued to record. Probably not my best decision I ever made, but I did make it through. The water was up over the floorboards though. Okay, here is our setup for cooking. Obviously a wood stove with the warming tank on top, but it also has a pre-warming tank, as you can see. So we put the forklift out next to it, raise our tote in the air, and then just let it drip feed into the warming tank. It pre-warms, and then the valve drips into the larger tank below.
We're just finishing up our sap. Watching our gauge. This is what we have left. So we'll be pouring it off in a little bit to take it in the house to finish. And of course, it's snowing out here this beautiful April 8th. Haley is doing her best to keep all of the sandhill cranes out of the yard. Pots are ready to go. Some black walnut there waiting to be milled on our sawmill. And of course the cattle. The Black Angus, they love this weather. This is perfect.
The dial on the side of the tank tells you the boiling temp. Sugar water boils higher than regular water. We also filter our sap as we take it off and then finish it on the stove.
Water boils at 212. Okay, so we boiled out on the pan over the fire until it was about 4 degree boil over water boiling. So it has little gauges on it, and water boils at 212, so the zero marker on the gauge is at 212, and then they have marks over that. So I guess technically we pulled it at about 215 degrees. So we have it down into one 8-quart pot here, and we have our thermometer stuck in there. You can see it's at 216 right now. And then over here we have water getting ready to boil so that we can sterilize our jars and our lids to get ready to can the maple syrup. And we'll sterilize the funnel too. It's safe and everything. And we have a wood fire going in here. And Haley's tuckered out from today. A lot of outside time by the maple syrup stove, right, Haley?
So this spring we ended up with about 9 quarts, and we just love being outside and kicking off the spring with some fun activities. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.